So for step 18, the RC unit, essentially what they're wanting you to do is just confirm what unit you've got before you do any of the installation, and they're showing you here the suitable servo size. Now I have to tell you that this is a relatively unique step in that even in some of the older kits that are beginner kits, they don't show you this. But this is really just a standard servo. So that is the servo I'm going to be using. It's a Futaba S3004. I'm a Futaba fan myself, so I've had Futaba ever since I started building kits like these as a kid. So I've always stuck with them. But essentially that is step 18, and we know it's Futaba, so we can actually move on to step 19, which is the servo saver. Now, here's the reason why they wanted you to confirm it, because you'll see here that there's the plastic part, P5 or P6, depending on your servo. So based on the fact that I have a Futaba servo, we're going to need to take P5 off the parts tree. And then you've still got these items here, which are going to be part of that same servo saver. But just note that if you've got an ACOMS or a Sanwa or something else, you may have to figure out which piece you're going to need for your servo. Now, the only other thing that I find quite interesting is this one has an interesting ball connector for the servo saver, and they're really tiny. I mean, compared to my finger, those are really, really tiny lock nuts that we're going to use to attach those ball connectors to this piece right here. So we'll actually get started on that. So I'll just set this up and let's install it. It's a fairly simple step between 18 and 19. So first off, let's put this together here. And you'll see that this part, that's sticking out, is going to go that way onto all of these other pieces. So we need to grab one of the ball connectors and stick it in one of the end holes. Gonna grab our lock nut. I'll start spinning that on. And then you use a flathead to do this. Now I find that interesting because most of the Tamiya kits use their JIS, Phillip head style more than they use a flathead. In fact, I feel like this is the first time I've actually used a flathead on here. Now I'm going to see if I've got one that's the right size. Interesting. So our box wrench will not work with this. I thought I would try, but obviously that's not going to work. So we are going to have to use pliers for this so that we can hold it and screw it in. And there we go. Doesn't go in far, but just enough. So then we'll grab our other one. Same idea, grab our lock nut. Get it started anyway, maybe. Come on. Let's grab it this way. Just not wanting to cooperate. There we go. Hold it down, and we'll do it again. And you'll feel when it's at the end, because it won't turn anymore. So there is our ball connectors on the servo saver. So then we grab our P4, snap it into place, and you'll see where that opening is so that it will go over it. just like that. And then this piece is the one that we had to figure out. So I grabbed the P5 because that is Futaba, and you can see that that is going to slip in on the back just like that. And that obviously is going to fit onto the servo. So there is our servo saver. So that step is finished. So now we can move on to step 20, where we're going to do an RC equipment check.